not going to need your 3D glasses for now, which is very handy because you will be needing them a little later on, right? Now that epic battle scene is projected on one of the world's largest 3D screens, standing over 40 feet tall, 180 feet long, utilizing some of the most modern-day technologies in filmmaking. The movie was designed by Peter Jackson and Digital. The filmmakers have won 5 Academy Awards. They worked on movies like King Kong, Avatar, The Lord of the Rings, and the Hobbit trilogy.
Different perspectives.
Yeah, I got to see the...
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions, there's creatures coming at them, they're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always know where the people are looking. They're looking straight ahead, they're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts, because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away.
We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
Alright, if you look around, suddenly we are in London Square, yes. The mural on the right reflects London on the left-hand side as well. The architecture in this area is a little different from the architecture in the area on the other side. Metropolitan New York area, you see. The building there in the corner with the white columns represents a non-denominational church. Again, with the help of art directors, production designers, they will come out and dress up right next door to the church to film either a wedding scene or a funeral scene, whatever the script requires. So yes, you get a sneak peek at some behind the scenes here at Universal Studios. Any little area here in our lot can be used for filming, for production. You get to see right now a lot of the production trucks. We have a lot here because, as you can tell, they're still out for the holidays right now, but usually there's not that many around here during this time. They're either driving around our lot, taking equipment around, or taking equipment to other lots. Sometimes our studio rents out other lots for filming, or we go on location. On location means a terminal movie in the movies. That means that when you're not filming inside the movie studio, you're filming on location outside of the studio. Now on the right, you're gonna notice a water tank. That water tank, they fill it up with water. They throw the actors in there, like in this scene, Dragnet, Tom Hanks, and Aykroyd, you see? And the camera crew can't really see nice and dry filming outside of those hatches. In fact, this asphalt road was the road in the movie Apollo 13 when Tom Hanks was screaming he was walking on the board. And if you guys look to your right, you're going to get to see a little bit of Six Points, Texas, or Western area. A lot of the famous Western stars used to roam around there. That area has been used to film Academy Award nominated movies like Seabiscuit, Spielberg's Amistad in the Color Purple, Disney's Saving Mr. Banks with Tom Hanks. There's some of those stars that used to roam around there. Alright guys, the cool thing about taking the world famous Universal Studios tour is that in just 1 hour, you get to go around the world. Yes, how exciting is that? So right now, in fact, I'm going to take you all on a little trip to Europe. Are you guys excited? Yeah, I feel the excitement. Alright guys, here we go. Little Europe could represent any European country in the world with just changing the languages on the side.
Mi chiamo Jimmy Fallon e tu un gross bottiglia di vino. Mamma mia! Je m'appelle Jimmy Fallon. Je vais avoir tes baguettes. Non, Charlie, non! Hallo, ich bin Jimmy Fallon. Karl Schnitzel.
Look how beautifully dressed up. This is all for The Good Place with Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. They filmed the exterior shots here. The interior of these shots And these locations are inside of the sound stages. This was recently also Athens, Greece for an episode of Criminal Minds Beyond Borders, and all of the classic Universal movie monsters, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, Dracula, got their start here in Little Europe, and coming up here on the right-hand side, the Court of Miracles.
I think we don't think of monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, Bride of Frankenstein,
The Mummy,
The Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera. Classic films. They're just brilliantly made.
That Frankenstein image, flathead, bolt, it's one of the great icons of the world.
That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film. I was just mesmerized by these movies. Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney.
I remember the original Universal Studios Mummy movie really scaring me.
They still ring in our memories now, and we love them.
That's right, we do love them. And look to your left, guys, you see a backyard, a house. This belongs to the talk show Home and Family from the Hallmark Channel with Debbie Matenopoulos, Mark Steinis. They film here from Monday to Friday. Sometimes they are filming outdoors, and we do get this close. And the guests and the tram are featured on their TV show. We do have a quiet zone, however, when that happens. So I'm not able to talk. You guys help us out, and we don't talk during production, especially when they're filming outdoors. They have very sensitive microphones called boom mics. You can pick up any little noise, and you could only imagine a tram filled with about 170 people and a large engine. It could be quite noisy. So the cool thing about the tour is that it changes on a daily basis. We reroute sometimes if they're filming outdoors or anywhere that they're filming, and you get a different experience each and every day. And we do have quiet zones during production. That's a question I get a lot. So if this is a real working movie studio, how do you guys do the tours? That's how it works out. We reroute and we do quiet zones during the times of filming. Also behind you there's a little area with a blue building and orange. That area right there recently was dressed up to represent Bogota, Colombia for another episode of Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. But right now I'm going to share with you guys, because Frankenstein celebrated its 85th anniversary this last November 2016. And December 2016, The Wolfman celebrated its 75th anniversary. Let me show you some scenes of Frankenstein shot all over our little...
Listen now, the monster. He's in the woods. Get out the bloodhounds. Raise all the men you can, lock the women indoors, and wait for me. Are you ready? Take your torches and go!
We're going to be taking you guys inside of a real working movie soundstage. How exciting is that? So we need you all to remain seated at all times, especially inside that soundstage. We don't want to tamper with anything. It's a hot set, meaning that hot set means that they've been filming in there. Okay, they're still in their holiday break. They'll be back soon. So we're gonna go in real quietly, real slowly. You're gonna see how cool this set is, all dressed up as a San Francisco metro station. The cool thing about this soundstage is it has 2 levels. They've been filming in here a top secret production. It's a romantic comedy, and I'm gonna show you guys a scene from the TV show Bones, which filmed in here.
Look, they're sweets. Yeah. Here about the remains. That's him. Right over there. You alright? Yeah.
All right, guys. So we made it in, and if you look around, they've had it. I'm scared. Don't worry, guys. It's a little trailer that was in California. Once in a blue, no big deal. Okay? Or maybe not. Oh no, guys. I think this is it. This is a big one. You guys bring it in. Look out back there. forgot to tell you, if you're seated in blue seats, you're gonna get wet right now. Look out! That's it. We've been through way too much today, way too much. I need a vacation. And I think y'all need it. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Let's go to the beach. Who wants to go to the beach? Alright! Put your hands down, guys. Forget it. The beach is closed. Unbelievable. I am so sorry, guys. I was going to take you to this beautiful island, Amity Island, but they closed down the beach. I'll tell you why. Look, this great white man eating shark terrorized the waters of the beach. But don't worry, guys, they caught the shark, okay? Yep, and the shark looks like that when it wasn't caught, when it was alive. But now it looks more like, I'll show you. Yep, now it looks more like that right there, It's hanging out here, literally, by a rope, and you're gonna see it. So make sure you have those cameras out and ready, okay?
Mickey, do you want me to hold your camera here?
No, I got it.
Which brings back memories of one of my favorite films, Jaws. You know who directed that movie, Steven Spielberg. He started his career here at Universal Studios Hollywood.
When I was about, 16 years old, I began hanging out at Universal during my summers. When I went to college nearby, I continued to come on the lot and try to become a director. Universal sort of is my birthplace. This is the place I consider my first home. And I love it here. And I keep coming back.
Yeah, he used to take the tours too, just like you guys. And these are some of Spielberg's iconic films.
Great horses.
Films at Universal Studios. There's a hanging shark I told you about. You saw it? You see? Please take pictures. Make sure you post those pictures on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever social media you may have. Let the whole world know they caught the shark here at Universal Studios Hollywood. Alright, guys? Hashtag hanging sharks. I can find it online afterward. What's that? Oh, no. Stop right there. Don't take pictures of that swimming shark. No. We don't want that all over our social media. We really don't. Who's that? George? George, what are you doing in there? No, get out of there, George. No, don't leave me, George. George, don't leave me. I can't believe this. I have to change my relationship status on Facebook. Why did you do that to me, George? Okay, everyone, sit down as we go across the dock. We have to get out of here. Why are you stopping? Oh, no, guys. Oh, no. We're stuck. We're stuck, everybody. We're stuck. What's that? Hold on a second, folks. I smell something fishy. It's not you guys here in the front row, right? No? Oh, no. I think it's him. Look out!
Oh, God. It's right here. Oh, God. Okay, here we go.
As you see, though, that shark is working. Although while they were filming the movie, he didn't work at all. In fact, he even sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. The production crew was calling the production flaws instead of Jaws because the shark wasn't working. What? Why are you guys looking at me like that? You don't believe me? You don't believe me, you're a tour guide. Fine. If you don't believe me, you're a tour guide. And I'm sure you'll believe Steven Spielberg, the director. He shot this movie in Martha's Vineyard. He knows all about it, so he'll tell you about it. Spielberg?
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio mics. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough. For a while there, it had the biggest hit of all time. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Steven Spielberg named the shark Bruce, the same name of his attorney. That was also the chemical for the TV show Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury. She played the role of Jessica Fletcher on that show.
That was a great show.
Now guys, look to your right. You see that big house there? That's a good example of what I was talking to you guys about. This is a practical set. We could film both indoors and outdoors. They could decorate the whole interior of that house. The blue house on the side and the yellow house behind, those are just facades, fronts inside for the houses that were built here for a TV show that shot here called About a Boy with Minnie Driver and David Walton. And I want you all to look to your left-hand side, everybody, because we're going to be passing by a very nice neighborhood. A bunch of desperate women lived right there. You see that green house right there? That's my house. Take pictures. Welcome to Wisteria Lane, home of the Desperate Housewives. ABC's Desperate Housewives shot there for many years. A movie called Whiteham out in theaters right now with Bryan Cranston and James Franco shot there recently. And what's that car doing there? It doesn't belong to any of my neighbors. Oh, hold on, wait, hold on, guys. Security's calling me. The studio security. What's up?
Studio tour. Looks like we might have an issue.
What?
I'm patching you into Agent Novak from the FBI.
FBI?
I'm sorry to interrupt your fun, but we've got video surveillance on that Charger you all saw. We ran it through the system, and the driver has been positively identified as Dominic Toretto. I've been tracking this guy for a while. He's a hardened criminal. He's likely armed, and he is definitely dangerous. My men and I are on our way to apprehend him right now. If you see him, don't be a hero. Don't engage him. Just keep a safe distance and report any further sightings to studio security immediately. We'll handle it from there.
All right, guys, I think the FBI has it all under control, but if you see anything suspicious, please let me know, all right? Guess what, folks? We're taking you to a better place. Whoville! Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, shot here in our back lot. We used 11 sound stages, our back lot, to create the wonderful world of Whoville, directed by Ron Howard, starring Jim Carrey as the Grinch.
Mr. Grinch.
Our next stop is Whoville, at the base of Mount Crumpet. It is the home of the Who's, and each year they trumpet. Every Who here in Whoville likes Christmas a lot, from the eldest of Who's to the tiniest tot. So join the celebration, it is here you belong, and as we trip the tree, please sing along.
Never. No, they did. Let's make it as artistic of a cake as we can. Make it
Now back to the Feast of Puddings and Pies with our new friend the Grinch, whose heart's now 3 sizes bigger than ever. He's changed his old ways and wishes you all happy holidays. As we wave goodbye to our friends the Who's, why oh why would this neighborhood choose? They're talking about Norman Bates. It was a road just like this one on a dark and drizzly night. A young woman named Marion Crane was escaping authorities after stealing $40,000 from her boss. She came to this hotel, had 12 rooms, 12 vacancies, was attended by a guy named Norman Bates.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
That's right. Oh, there he is. Guess what, guys? The 12 rooms are still vacant today. Yep. If anyone needs to take a break or a shower, let me know. Maybe we could work out a deal with Norman Bates right there. He's still cleaning up that first room, evacuating the guests in case anyone needs to stay there. He needs the extra money for the holidays, everybody. Uh-oh. What are you doing, Norman? No, Norman. What are you... That's not a room, it's a trunk. Norman! Oh, look, he's smiling at us. That's his happy face. Hey, Norman, we were talking about possibly staying here at the Bates Motel. No, Norman, put that knife away, Norman! This is a friendly tour, Norman! Norman, you get close to this tram, and I'm gonna have to tell your mother! Mother's knowing about this, Norman! close relationship with his mother. Don't look at me like that. She lives here in the psycho house. She's always seated by the top window, keeping an eye out on her son. That's right. Look upstairs, guys. Say hello to mother. Hi, mother. Isn't she cute? She's very sweet, guys. And very single too. Hey, mom. All right, guys. Uh-oh, what happened behind mom's house? Disaster struck in War of the Worlds. Directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Tom Cruise. It's a real 747 you see there they destroyed for this film. And this is the neighborhood where Tom Cruise hides out in the movie.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about the War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep your eyes on me. That's right. Now listen, I want you to close your eyes, okay? Get them closed. Robbie, get in. Get in.
War of the Worlds. Look to your right, guys. There's a big blue backdrop, represents different horizons and skylines. In front of it, there's a lake. They usually fill the lake up with water. It can represent an entire ocean. That stage is called False Lake. It's been used to film big movies like Sully, directed by Clint Eastwood with Tom Hanks. Hunger Games: Catching Fire with Jennifer Lawrence. The Hangover Part 3 with Bradley Cooper. To name a few, here's a couple of examples. So sorry guys, hold on a second, but the FBI is interrupting me again. What do they want?
Look, this might be more serious than I thought. What just happened? This is a secure line. Who are you?
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service, and as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come, and he'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy the ride.
This is not your jurisdiction.
It is now, stink pickle.
I'm so tired of you stink guys stepping in just whenever you feel like.
Mute him.
Don't you?
That's better. We're moving your vehicle to a safe location until we have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride. I'm taking care of business. Hobbs out.
No, Hobbs, don't leave. All right, guys, he's left. He just wants us to hide out in there for a couple moments. I hope you guys don't mind. I know you didn't sign up for this, but I promise we'll be back on the tram route shortly, okay? Just remain seated at all times. We're going to go in real quietly to see what's up, okay?
This is Agent Novak with an FBI alert about individuals who are not authorized to be involved in the witness protection operation I'm heading up with my FBI team. Be on alert for Dominic Toretto, an ex-convict who has broken laws throughout the U.S. and around the world. Despite his checkered past, Toretto and his crew were recruited by Agent Luke Hobbs to assist U.S. diplomatic security missions and was granted a pardon for the crimes he committed.
They just got here. All right, I got it. Well, listen, hello, beautiful people, particularly you right there missing the third row. How you doing? You good? My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you with Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy, but it's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in that third row, like I was saying. So look, see over there? That's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle. Best truck the U.S. government can buy. But that work of art back over there was made by my man Tej. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels. Extra fly.
So did you break it down to them?
What's that?
You had one job to do, Roman, one. All right, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
The next bay?
So like I was saying, the third row.
Where are you guys going? The next bay sounds like a party, guys. Are they ready to their party? Okay. Does everyone